Hi, everyone. Welcome to English Today Journey. I'm so happy you are here. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get daily English tips and practice with me, and by mistakes, comparisons, or someone else's idea of perfection. Every step we take toward understanding this, every moment we remind ourselves that we are enough, helps us build a healthier, kinder way of looking at ourselves. We can grow, improve, and explore life without believing that we are broken. And that is exactly what we will continue to explore together. Growth can be joyful, freeing, and full of curiosity, not heavy, stressful, or full of self-doubt. As we grow, this fixing mindset becomes even stronger. We start believing that if we just change one thing about ourselves, then we will finally be happy. Maybe we think, if I lose weight, get the right job, or speak perfectly, then I will finally be good enough. These thoughts can feel like a heavy burden because they never really stop. No matter how much we improve in one area, something else seems wrong. And this is where perfectionism comes in. Have you ever felt that no matter what you do, it's never good enough? Maybe you succeed at something, but you still feel like it isn't enough. That feeling? That's perfectionism talking. Perfectionism tells us that everything must be 100% perfect, or it doesn't count at all. But the problem is that perfection is impossible. Nobody can be perfect. No matter how hard we try, we will always make mistakes. And when we chase perfection, we are setting ourselves up for a disappointment. We fail to meet that impossible standard, and then we tell ourselves, "See? I knew it. I'm not good enough." And the cycle keeps going. I want to share a personal story to make this clear. When I first started public speaking, I thought I had to be perfect. I thought there could be no mistakes, no hesitation, no nervousness. Every word, every gesture had to be flawless. Before each talk, I practiced over and over, trying to make everything just right. But something unexpected happened. I became so focused on fixing myself, my voice, my posture, my words, that I stopped enjoying the experience. Instead of feeling excited to connect with people, I felt stressed. Instead of sharing my ideas freely, I worried about every small detail. I forgot the reason I was speaking in the first place. The truth is, I didn't need fixing. What I needed was to let go of perfection. I needed to remember the real purpose of speaking, not to be flawless, but to connect with people, share something meaningful, and learn along the way. Maybe you've had similar experiences. Have you ever avoided doing something because you were afraid you wouldn't do it perfectly? Have you told yourself, "I'll wait until I'm better before I try"? If so, you know exactly how heavy perfectionism can feel. It can hold you back from learning, from enjoying life, and from seeing your own growth. When we understand this, we can see something important. The fixing mindset doesn't appear out of nowhere. It grows from many places: messages we heard as children, expectations from society, constant comparisons with others, and the impossible standards we set for ourselves. All of these things combine to make us feel like we are never enough. But here's the key: even though this mindset can feel strong, it is not permanent. We can begin to notice it, question it, and gently let it go. We can choose to focus on growth that comes from curiosity and love, instead of fear and self-criticism. We can allow ourselves to make mistakes, to learn, and to connect with others without needing to be perfect. This is a big idea, but it is also simple. Life is not about being flawless. Life is about exploring, trying, learning, and sharing. And every small step we take toward accepting ourselves as we are is a step away from the heavy weight of perfectionism and self-doubt. As we've seen, the fixing mindset comes from many places. It starts with the messages we heard as children, continues through comparisons with others, and grows stronger as we chase impossible standards of perfection. All of these influences can leave us with a hidden belief that we are broken and that we need to be repaired before we can truly live a happy, full life. But here's an important question to consider. What if that isn't true? What if this mindset is just a story we learned over time? And what if we have the power to learn a new story, one that is kinder, gentler, and more supportive? As we move forward, I want you to reflect on this for a moment. Where do you think your own fixing mindset comes from? Can you remember a time when you first started believing you weren't enough as you are? Don't judge yourself. Don't criticize yourself for it. Just notice it. That simple awareness, the act of noticing, is the very first step toward change. Not forcing yourself to fix anything, but truly understanding yourself. Now let's talk about something that we often overlook: the hidden cost of always trying to fix ourselves. At first, the idea of fixing yourself can seem positive. You might think, I'm being responsible. I'm working hard to become a better person. And yes, on the surface, that can feel good. You push yourself harder, work on your habits, and try to improve in every area of life. Other people may even praise you for it. But over time, this way of thinking can create real problems. And these problems don't only affect your mind. They can also affect your body, your health, and your relationships. One of the biggest hidden costs is burnout. Imagine someone at work who always tries to be perfect. They stay late every night, say yes to every request, and constantly push themselves to do more. At first, it may seem like hard work is a positive thing. Maybe others admire their dedication. But eventually, that constant pressure wears them down. Their body gets tired, their mind becomes exhausted, and they may start to feel stressed or anxious all the time. Burnout can make even the simplest tasks feel overwhelming. Burnout isn't the only cost. When we are always trying to fix ourselves, we can lose sight of what really matters in life. We might forget to enjoy small moments, neglect relationships, or stop appreciating the progress we've already made. We can become so focused on changing ourselves that we miss the beauty of living in the present. Another hidden cost is self-criticism. The more we try to fix ourselves, the more we notice what we are doing wrong. Our inner voice can become harsh and judgmental, constantly pointing out flaws and mistakes. Over time, this inner critic can lower our confidence and make us feel unworthy, even when we achieve success or do our best. The fixing mindset can also affect our relationships. When we are always focused on improving ourselves, we may unintentionally push others away. We might expect perfection from those around us too, or struggle to accept them as they are. It can be hard to truly connect with others if we are constantly measuring ourselves and everyone else against impossible standards. So, while the idea of fixing yourself might seem responsible or productive, it comes with a hidden cost. It can lead to burnout, stress, self-criticism, and challenges in relationships. Recognizing these costs is an important step. It helps us see that maybe, just maybe, we don't need to be fixed at all. Instead, we can focus on understanding ourselves, growing from love and curiosity, and learning to live fully without the constant weight of self-improvement hanging over us. Let's continue exploring the hidden costs of always trying to fix yourself. One of the biggest costs, as we talked about before, is burnout. Imagine someone who never says no. They take on every extra task, even when they are tired. They don't take breaks because they feel they always have to prove themselves. At first, other people might notice their hard work. They might say, "Wow, you're so dedicated. You're amazing." But inside, that person may not feel amazing at all. They may feel exhausted, stressed, empty, or even lost. That is what burnout feels like. It happens when you give so much of your energy that there is nothing left for yourself. Have you ever tried so hard to improve yourself that you ended up completely worn out? If so, you know exactly how heavy and discouraging burnout can feel. The second hidden cost is low self-esteem. When you are always focused on fixing yourself, your attention goes to your mistakes and weaknesses. You may forget to notice the good qualities you already have. Maybe you are kind, generous, thoughtful, or creative. But instead of recognizing these strengths, your mind only sees what you think is wrong. I'm not confident enough. I don't speak English perfectly. I'm not as successful as other people. Over time, thinking like this can make you feel like you have little value. But here's the truth. That belief is not real. It's a distorted picture created by constant self-criticism. You are much more than your weaknesses. When you only see yourself through a negative lens, your confidence drops. And when your confidence is low, you stop trying new things. You may avoid applying for opportunities, sharing your ideas, or taking risks, all because you are too busy trying to fix yourself. The third hidden cost is anxiety. When you believe you always need to fix yourself, life can start to feel like constant pressure. Pressure to act the right way, pressure to say the right thing, pressure to look the right way. Everyday situations become stressful because you feel like you are under a microscope being judged. Imagine going to a social event and thinking, I have to be perfect. I can't make a mistake. Everyone will notice if I don't say the right thing. That tension is anxiety, and it can make life feel heavy and exhausting. Even simple activities, going to work, speaking with friends, or trying something new, can feel like huge challenges. Burnout, low self-esteem, and anxiety are all connected. They feed each other. When you are constantly trying to fix yourself, you overwork, you criticize yourself, and you feel stressed about everyday life. It becomes a cycle that is hard to break. And the saddest part is that all this effort does not come from love or curiosity. It comes from fear, the fear that you are not enough as you are. The good news is that it doesn't have to be this way. Recognizing these costs is the first step toward change. You can start to shift your mindset from trying to fix yourself to learning and growing with curiosity and kindness. You can start to notice your strengths, accept mistakes as part of life, and allow yourself to enjoy the journey rather than feeling constant pressure to be perfect. Life becomes lighter when you stop trying to fix yourself and start embracing yourself as you are. When we live with the mindset that we always have to fix ourselves, life can start to feel very heavy. You might think, I have to be perfect so people will like me. With this way of thinking, it's almost impossible to relax or enjoy the moment. Instead of laughing, connecting with others, or simply being present, you spend your energy worrying about what other people think of you. The truth is, no matter how hard you try, you cannot control what everyone thinks. Some people will like you, some won't, and that's okay. But if you live with constant fear of being judged, life begins to feel stressful, tense, and unfree. You miss